update on the Musker do, the Musker nuts, the Musker don't. So, Dittman and Musk, Adrien Dittman, the Elon Musk maybe AI clone that I had the ability to debate over the weekend and put that out. Zero watching, by the way, guys. Zero watching, one thumb up. 70,000+ subscribers. Can't get 10 people watching the program. Yeah, there's no fix on the internet. And by the way, Musk last night on this space held by this hack journalist, this variety journalist that complained about being cyber bullied, all the mainstream talking points of total and complete bullshit, and then still espousing that Elon Musk was giving free speech. There's no free speech on that platform, everybody. Go look at my numbers over there with 42,000 followers or subscribers. I get 3 replies, 4 replies on a post. It's ridiculous to think that's a free speech platform. They're openly talking about algorithms on it and interactions. And so I'm just going to take you through a little bit of this space yesterday. Again, where Dittman and Musk interacted, and today Musk has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for keeping the communication systems open in Ukraine. So let me tell you what that actually means. The highest density, at least as of a little over a year ago, of Starlink satellites are in Ukraine because they are utilized to kill people. They are utilized not for peace, but to ensure that warfare continues. It is their communication system. Okay? That's what that means. And aside from the communication system, Starlink is also utilized for the Ghost and Sidewinder drones that, again, kill people. Okay, so if you aid in killing people on a mass scale, you get nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, they're not propping Musk up, right? I'm a kook. So, it's just so difficult for me when people cannot acknowledge the obvious. That is an obvious thing. That is not in question. That is real. Musk talks about now how it would be impossible for Russia to lose this war. That is correct. They can't lose it. So you're just helping prolong it with your military-industrial complex contracts. And recently, they've tried to spin it that Starlink and Russia are in collusion with one another at this point. Musk was out there challenging Putin on social media to one-on-one combat. He was getting in online fights with the head of Russia's space agency, who in turn then said that they would use the space weapons against the United States if they effed around and found out. And then, like last week, they start talking about Russian space weapons. No shit, Sherlock. It's not a new thing. Again, the head of the space program there bragged about it over a year ago. Some of us aren't just like Muppets or unthinking morons. We realize that space was weaponized in the 80s. We know about the Star Wars program. We know about the Strategic Defense Initiative. We know that the Musker do is launching blackjack satellites. But, it's odd. Ever since I started to be critical of these blackjack satellites and point them out, now all of a sudden, since last summer, the program is almost done. They've really shortened that program. Yeah. They've downscaled it. Yep. Yep. So yesterday, okay, it's insane. So yesterday, Musk is on this space, and there's about 3,000 to 5,000 people in the space at once. Now, I actually got on there way before people started DMing me or started tagging me and saying, Josh, you gotta get in this space. I was already there. Truthstream Media had been in the space. That alerted me to it. I jumped in to see if Dittman would also be in the space, because that was my number one concern. I knew that this would be a big space because this is, public Elon. There's a lot of Elon lovers out there. And sure as shiznizzle, Dittman is in that space. Now, let me just say this. Before we get to Dittman, Aaron Kheriaty, who I know through his work during the COVID 1984 nightmare, through his censorship, and through an interview I did with him on Making Sense of the Madness for an hour on his book that was on the technocratic agenda and transhumanism, by the way. Very smart guy. In fact, before that interview, I don't think I was aware about how smart he was. His information was heavily censored during the nightmare, and he is actually a part of that lawsuit in the Supreme Court, Missouri versus Biden, on the censorship. And remember, the state Supreme Court got that one 100% right, and then the federal Supreme Court stepped in, didn't make a ruling on it, okay? But they said, you know what? Until we rule on it, we're just going to act like you guys didn't make that decision. We're going to go against states' rights, and we're going to act like something else is going on. Weird that happened. Supreme Court's a joke at this point, folks, if you didn't know. So Kheriaty is having this conversation with Musk, and quite frankly, it was soft. It was soft. Musk goes to Kheriaty's account and sees about the interactions. It's real simple. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You want true free speech on the X platform. If I'm on my following tab, I see everybody's tweets I follow. That's it. It's that easy. It's not an algorithm. Okay? In the order they posted them. In an actual timeline. That's how you do it. No one brings that up to Musk whenever Twitter is discussed. It's not even an option. Think about that. That question isn't even asked. Well, don't worry. When I eventually get back on with Adrien Dittman, the Musk clone, I'm certainly going to bring that point up. So, I'm in there, again, 3,000 to 5,000 people at any moment, hundreds of people requesting the mic to talk to Elon Musk, and guess who gets picked? Out of the hundreds of people, right after Aaron Kheriaty, Adrien Dittman gets on there. Now, Dittman and Musk go into their usual bit with one another. Like, Musk laughs, Dittman says how much he talks and sounds like him. They mention that Alex Jones thinks that Adrien Dittman is, in fact, Elon Musk. And then this journalist or whatever from Variety magazine says that she has interacted with Dittman and actually seen a photograph of Dittman. Now, let me just say this. Any type of photograph you're sending anonymously through the internet, may be you, may not be you, may not even be a real person anymore, via AI. And then this interaction between Dittman and Musk, Dittman supposedly sends a picture of himself to Musk where Musk concludes that they don't look like one another. Now, one of the other interesting things about Dittman and Musk is when Dittman was mentioned in Grok as to what or who it was, guess what? They said that it was a clone of Musk. Now, the interaction only takes about 6 or 7 minutes. I've retweeted it. If you're following me on Twitter, you can go check it out. It's in real time. It does not seem like Musk himself and this thing could be the same entity. I want to make that extremely clear. I still have a hard time believing that this is a human being just trolling on their own. I think Musk is very much a part of whatever this joke is. AI assistants were discussed in this overall space, but I did see a lot of people coming over who really thought Dittman was in fact Musk, and this was obvious. It's not obvious. We're in the post-truth world, okay? AI voice morphing has never been more real. Digital avatars have never been more real. For instance, one of the things that is going around the internet right now is a year ago, somebody put in a text prompt, Will Smith eating spaghetti, okay? And this thing is cartoon level. You look at it, it's still kind of weird and amazing that it would even pick up on Will Smith's likeness like this and make these really odd videos. Well, the same text prompt a year later has been put into AI, and guess what? It is photo-realistic 4K film quality Will Smith eating spaghetti in a number of ways. 100%. Almost indistinguishable, if not completely indistinguishable from reality via the naked eye, especially on one pass through. It's just there. It's just real right now. So here's the deal, guys. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm going to keep doing the interviews. You know, I thought on Monday that I was actually going to start doing the radio show on top of everything, and that we were going to be going 2 hours, 1 hour of video, 1 hour of radio. Not yet. I actually just got off a phone call with the people over at Patriot TV, and they're not ready to launch the audio or the radio part of the program yet. The first episode in the new time slot in the morning, it looks like it's going to be with Derek Bros on that recent fluoride case, which is extremely interesting. So you're not going to want to miss that. Yesterday's broadcast with Dr. Merrill Nass, really an unmissable broadcast on the history of biological warfare, not only in this country, but abroad. So, you know, really good shows getting pumped out. And, you know, hey, I'm still doing my thing. We're on the dog walk right now. Obviously, you know, I got the kids, man. Managing the kids. So I'm getting texts while I'm doing this. But I got a request today to do more of the short videos. I think the short videos are making a comeback. We'll see. Again, just had my plate so full on a number of things that I haven't really gotten around to doing more than the 1 hour show and kind of these side things. The you know, the Musk Dittman thing has been of great interest to me, and that's why I ended up doing those videos. I'm going to continue to try to jump into these spaces, and Dittman himself, by the way, in that space talks about how he's doing 8 hour spaces. 8 hours, guys. 3 days a week minimum. Think about that. That's more than a part-time job. You're not doing that on your own as a troll. And continually, when it speaks, it really truly does hint at the fact that it is some type of advanced AI. It's funny, I've got a buddy who has been working over at MIT in the field of artificial intelligence, robotics, etc. For the past couple of years now, actually. And he's constantly in the lab. And, you know, we don't necessarily agree on a lot of different things. We even have a lot of disagreements on the nature of AI and, you know, reality, certainly politics. But I sent him the Musk debate. He was fascinated by it. He's like, man, that thing is interacting so quickly. It feels like it's somebody with a voice morph. He goes, but if it is AI, it's more advanced than anything that's in the public arena, and it is certainly frightening. I have to agree with that. Certainly would have to agree with that. So, guys, we're going to wrap up this walk and talk. We couldn't even get 100 people. Okay, we didn't even get 100 people. So essentially, not one out of, 700 people come in? No, less than that, right? Because if we had 1,000, it'd be 1 in 70. Yeah, I guess about 1 in 100. Can't even get 100 people out of an audience of over 70,000 on these broadcasts. So, you know the drill, guys. Because of that, I need your help more than ever. If you want to support me in the smokestack here, Smokey on the Walk, you can do so in the links down below. $5, $10, $15 via the Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. Absolutely means the world to me. I hope you are enjoying the content, and I'd love to get your comments and questions regarding Adrien Dittman and what you think Adrien Dittman is. Is he a person? Is he an AI? Is it the ultimate troll? Is it Musk when it wants to be? In other words, does he have access, etc., etc., etc.? Yeah, exactly. About 0.1% of my audience actually tunes in. You know the drill, guys. It's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. I absolutely love you, and I'll see you on the flip.